Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you tuned in today to Heart Conversation with Dr. Pat, the Fat Nutritionist broadcast, and with my co-host, Senior Pastor Richard Ash. Tight and light. We're in for an amazing time. We got some great things that we want to discuss and just have a conversation about different tips and different talents. So go ahead and share, tag, and invite. But I'm going to let our co-host go ahead and bring us into prayer, and then I'll bring the rest of the team in.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for how you blessed us. Lord, we thank you for all things that you're doing. Lord, we thank you for life, health, and strength. Now, God, as we go into this, God, have your way even in this, God.
Yes,
You said
God.
you want us
Yes,
to
God.
prosper and be in health even as our souls prosper. God, you said that body exercise profit little, but God, every little bit counts. And we thank you for
Yes,
it right
God.
now. God,
Thank
those
you.
that are starting, beginning their journey, those that are in their journeys, God, we continue to pray blessings and strength over each one of them, God, in the name of
In
Jesus.
the name
We
of
pray.
Jesus.
Amen.
Amen and amen. We're just excited, and it's a heart-to-heart conversation. And I believe for us to be always authentic, transparent, and real, to have a heart-to-heart dialogue. And we're talking about transforming lives for people who live in a real world that's ready for real change. So we talk to real people. And one thing that we do, we meet you where you are. So on tonight, you will hear different challenges. So go ahead and just tune in and just make sure that you're jotting down the different information. These are some things that can help impact your life, because we're talking about behavior modification for life, lifelong impact for every day. So on this week, we have our co-host. I just wanted you to share just your journey this week. I seen you doing that boxing. I just enjoyed that video. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lay hands on you. I like
I
it.
appreciate it. This week has been it's been a good week, but
It's
it's
good.
just a difficult mornings. Like I tell people all the time, you get to the point where your best workouts are the ones that you don't want to do. The ones that you don't feel, man, I don't feel like doing this today. I really just could sleep in and just rest. But come to find out, those are some of the best workouts going. So and it's just being consistent. I think that's the main thing. Even on this week is even finishing out this month is trying to finish out this month consistent in the way I started it. Every day is a different challenge, brings a different challenge, but just put one like simple saying that we've been probably even saying in church all our lives, one day at a time. That's pretty much all you can do. A lot of times we want to have it where we trying to get to our ultimate goal, or we trying to get to different goals that we have and agendas, but you can only do one day at a time. So even this week has been really focusing on closing out this month the way we started. So just being consistent in it. I think we might have lost Dr. Patricia. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I think we're having a little technical difficulty, so just stand by with us till Dr. Patricia get back on here. Look like she might have lost her feed. Hey, everybody, if you're on here, I'm gonna log out and I'll come back on. I think Dr. Patricia having some technical difficulties, and since this is her show and I'm just a guest, I'm gonna log out and come back in. All right, see y'all in a few.
I don't know. I don't know.
It happens.
No,
Hey, it's technology. It happens.
no, I had to go and flip the switch, and I'm like, every time it's something. So let's see, can we go ahead and but whenever it go out like that, because I can see you real good, and you
Okay.
can always just keep talking and
Yeah,
keep it
I
going.
talked for a while, and I was like, well, I'm invited here. You know, it's like when you get invited to a church service, and you like, I just got invited. I didn't. I'm not supposed to be taking over.
So we're gonna go ahead and pull them in so that we can see what everything is going on. Okay. So hello again. Hopefully it stay in this time. Okay, so we're gonna start again. We did our prayer, but it's been raining here. You know, I said I've been praying and I've been calling for the rain, and my grandson said you got to stop calling for the rain because it's really been raining up here in Creola. So when it rains like that, it kind of affects all of our media comm. I'm putting it out there, media comm. It just goes out. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Did you tell us about your week? I didn't hear you. I was kind of.
Yeah, I'm talking about me just trying to stay consistent. The way I started, I'm trying to end the same way. So this week ends another month. So Saturday starts the 1st of August. So I'm trying to continue throughout this the last days of this month. I'll try to do as I do as the first. Just trying to stay consistent in everything that I'm doing.
So how do you do that though? How do you stay in that?
It's been discipline. It's been discipline this time. I mean, don't get me wrong. To get to this point from January now to end of July and the drop over 90-some pounds. I'm almost close to 100 now. But to do that, it's just been being consistent. Just like I say, take it one day at a time, being consistent. The things that's working, continue to do those. Like I say, celebrate the little victories. I celebrate when I go buy new jeans in smaller sizes, so that's a victory for me. So I celebrate that. Then even on this, I guess on this week too. Also, I got a call from my brother-in-law and say, "Hey man, I got a brand new pair of jeans over here, your size. Come get them." I was like, "Bet." I went from 0 in the new size to 2 of them, so that was a blessing. So I appreciate that. So you celebrate, everything. Celebrate it all. And what I mean by that is every little small victory, you celebrate those. Thank God for them. Put them with there and keep it moving. And I encourage you along the way. So when you have them hard days, when you don't quite feel it and you want to kind of fall back or kind of, you think of those small victories and hopefully that's keep propelling you to go forward.
Yes, yes. So our guest panelists tonight, we have Gwendolyn Clark, and she's called Gwendolyn the Motivator, and Aretha, she's the Encourager. And so what we're starting is what is it? It's a new season. It's a 30-day challenge to me. It's a journey to me challenge that we're going to start in I Fit for the Kingdom. So Gwen, can you start off with what you're going to bring to the challenge? And then I go to Aretha.
So for the August challenge, the Relentless New, I think you say season 30-day challenge, I will be coming in the group every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. And I will be motivating each and every one of the participants, like we usually do. We come in every morning anyways, but we have specified days now. It will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will be motivating each and every one of you to press on, to keep going. That's what I do. I am Gwen the Motivator, and I always want to motivate you to do what is necessary for you to be fit by God's design.
Well, I'm gonna ask you the same question that I asked Richard. How do you keep yourself motivated with the stamina and the fortitude to continue to press on?
Well, I know where I came from. My testimony, before I started working out and being fit, I had health issues. I was on medications that I'm no longer on. And I know that I have to tell myself that I have to press, I have to keep going, I have to do what I need to do to keep going forward so that I don't end up back in that same state. And once you make one day of an excuse, the next day is going to be easy, and the next day and the next day. So you just have to settle in your heart and in your mind that you're going to keep going. You're going to do what's necessary. And you guys know I always say, don't have the conversation. Never have the conversation in your head when the enemy says, oh, you're too tired, you're too sleepy, you're too this, that, and the other. You just completely cancel that out and say, oh, no, devil, you're a liar. And I always just jump up and keep going. Just keep going.
Yes. So, Richard, do you have that conversation? Are you like Gwen over there? You just like, I'm not even talking to myself. I'm getting up and I'm going. I've got to do this.
Matter of fact, I was starting to have that same conversation the other morning when that alarm went off around 6 a.m. for me to go walking. Like you say, if you start having that conversation, especially with that bed, you're gonna lose. Mm-hmm. You're gonna lose. And what she said is absolutely right. Get up then. And matter of fact, after I got up, I was planning to do like 4 or 5 miles. I ended up doing 8.
Wow.
But the point was, if I'd have had that, like I said, if I'd have had that same conversation with myself to the point where I'd have slept in that morning. Because you tell yourself, I'm doing good, I'm all right, I'm cool, I can miss the day, and it end up being a better day when like you say, don't have the conversation. I never heard it quite like that. We say it like this, like if you study long, you study wrong. So I don't like to bring card references. I don't mean no disrespect, but it means the same thing. If you sit there and think too long on this, you're going to end up talking yourself out of it. And I like that, Gwendolyn. But let me ask you a question. How do you motivate folks who don't want to do? How you do that?
I try to motivate by example.
Okay.
Because most people that watch me, they see that I'm going to, regardless, I'm going to get up. They're going to see me working out. They're going to see me keep doing it over and over and over again. And then I just pray that at some point they'll see that, there must be something to this, because there are a lot of people that they just, refuse to do what they know they need to do. But I just try to keep going, keep being that example in front of them, and probably they'll just catch on and start doing what they need to do.
Right. Well, I think really what we're trying to do with this challenge is trying to do some engagement, because we got a lot of people watching. A lot of people see. Some people won't like, comment, share, say anything about what you're doing. So what we want to do is try to bring them into the conversation, to try to do something that's going to inspire them to respond back to you. And that way we want to bring them into the circle so that they can start where they are. And it's challenging. And we all know that we all been where the majority of the people been. So, it takes a little while. But once they get on that roller coaster, start doing it, then they can see themselves move forward. But it is a challenge to motivate and to keep yourself motivated while you're trying to motivate them, because you never can just stop, just looking at like it's just me. No, you still got to engage. Just like, tell them, like, when I taught Sunday school, I told them if one person show up, I'm going to teach it as if 1,000 people there. So I'm still going to try to get some engagement, because if you impact one person, you change the life of one person. That one person can go change the life of somebody else. But because I always said, don't be moved by numbers, because there's a lot of numbers out there that just looking, they spectating, but they're not, coming in there. But you got to focus on the ones that saying, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm going to start posting, I may not be all that way. So those are the ones you focus on and keep being consistent for the rest of them. So on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, what are some of the specific motivational tips that you're going to give them? Because you said you're going to come in, because what they were doing every day, coming in, giving some motivation, give some encouragement. So we are doing something a little different this time, so that we can kind of give the people a schedule as to how people are coming in. And so they're going to be intentional, and that's Gwen's word, persistently consistently intentional. Did I get it right?
No, persistently consistent.
Persistently
consistent.
Okay. You used to say that intentional too.
It used to be intentional.
Okay.
Now,
persistently consistent. And so this way they're gonna know on Monday I'm geared up because Gwen gonna be in here. And we're just talking on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because we're gonna get to Aretha and she's gonna tell us about the Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And it's in the I Fit for the Kingdom for Life. And we want to stay in the manner of being relentless in everything that we're doing. So what are some of the things that you have in mind for them?
Well, I didn't, I don't have a copy of the outline, but I plan to just make sure that I follow the guide that I have and come up with some type of, like for Monday, something that's going to motivate them. And I want, like you said, we want them to engage. We want feedback from them. So I'm going to come up with some ideas to, some creative ideas to cause them to give me some feedback, to cause them to think about fitness and why they need to be fit and what, like what motivates you to be fit, different things like that.
So that's Monday. Monday is Motivational Monday. Wednesday is a Work It Out Wednesday. So what are you gonna see? Because I want y'all to do an individual post, and it's called a call to action. That you're gonna say, well, I worked out today. What did you do, or something like that? So are you planning different things and tips for them to engage in that conversation?
Well, for Wednesday, of course, everybody knows Wednesday at 6 p.m. is Workout Wednesday with Gwen the Motivator. So that morning, I will post, and let them know that I, am going to be looking for their post there afterward. Like every time after I get through working out, I do a sweaty selfie post, and I say, did you work out with me? So I will, let them know that I will be looking for that picture to make sure that they were motivated and that they did work out with Gwen the Motivator from Wednesday.
Well, on Friday, what is Flex Friday?
Well, I think I'm not sure exactly what Flex Friday is. I don't have it written down.
Well, just think of, and this is something new that we're doing. So, and so we're going to want you to jump in with us to do some of our challenges, help us with some challenges. And tell us again that link, Richard, for the miles.
You can go on download the Nike Run Club app and look for, it's called OB Fit Mega Ace Challenge. And every month, we've been doing since May. My trainer and one of our friends, they got together and wanted to do this when this pandemic got started. Wanted to do some different things to get people kind of motivated. A lot of people are home. They were so get everybody to moving. So it's a challenge, and you can go in there, whatever your fitness level is. You can pick whatever mileage you want to do. You shoot for a goal. It's not a competition. As a lot of people are in it, but it's not a competition where I'm trying to beat this person, but it helps like Gwen says, she's a motivator, and it helps motivate you when you see some more of your friends or some other people that, it shows you somebody out walking. So when you want to kind of like set it out, it's people already moving, and what it does, it motivates you to get up and move also. So if you got a smartphone, just go to your app store. If you got an iPhone or Android, just look for Nike Run Club. You download that app, and then look for the OB Fit Mega Ace Challenge. And on there, it's been wonderful. I would never thought when I started it in, I think May, it was like 45 miles. I was like, man, I'm not walking, jogging the 45 miles, and I did it. And I was like, okay. Then the next month I went up to something else. Then this month I did 100 miles.
Wow.
I would have never thought that, back in May, that in July I'll be doing 100 miles of anything. And not if I wasn't in my car. or my motorcycle, one or two. It wouldn't have been me. And so now it's getting me to the point where now I'm challenging myself to try. I got what I call my love track which is a 5.3 mile little circuit I do pretty much every other day. And now I've challenged myself to say, okay, I'm jogging more of it now than walking. So it's encouraging, like you say, to sit there and see your times and see how you start to get better. So if you get a chance, you want to jump in on that, by all means, come in. It don't cost you anything. And it's, and like Gwen said, it's really encouraging to see others doing things and to see people's progress from the first time they started. And, you know, they may be doing a mile or two, and then next few days they may be doing 3, 4, 5 miles at a time. So it's definitely something to look into.
Well, I have Marsha Malone McCrae. She's on the line, and she does beauty fitness, and they do some different challenges. And I think last month they did the 100-mile challenge, whereas they had everyone to every day to post their mileage, and at the end of the month to see whether they completed the 100 miles. So our goal is, like you said, it's not a comparison, it's not a competitiveness, it's that you're going to be embracing the best you that you are, and you're competing with yourself. So, you know, we touch base with a lot of different fitness group, a lot of different people in other areas, because, you know, the ultimate goal, pursuing health and transformation, creating habits intended for change. So Gwen, anything else you want to say on your portion of it? But we may be back in how.
Yeah.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, and we have Aretha. Aretha is Aretha the Encourager, and she will be coming in on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday in the group. So Aretha, can you tell us what you're doing?
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Aretha Tisdale. I will be coming in the group on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings. I will be in at 6:30 a.m. to encourage each person, you know, to just get on up from where they are, you know, do what it is that they know that they can do. And I always make sure that I tell them each morning, do that thing that you know that you can do. You don't have to do what anybody else is doing. This is not a competition. You're working at your own pace. And I try to make sure that I say that every day, because I have a sister that's 74. She can't do that much, but she's still getting involved in the workout. And that's the part that she loves to hear me say. So I want to make sure that, you know, no one thinks that because I'm walking a certain amount of miles, or I'm doing an extra workout, or I'm getting on my bike in the afternoon, that they have to do all of that, because you don't want to burn anybody out coming in, you know, in the beginning of this thing. So I just want to make sure that on my days, on Tuesdays, which is Terrific Tuesday, I might say it's Terrific Tuesday. Let's talk about it. You know, I might want to know, you know, what do you have planned today? You know, what are your fitness goals? Something of that nature is where I will be kind of trying to take this thing.
Okay, so that's Tuesday. What about Thursday?
Thursday, I forgot which one I said, but I would use like Thanksgiving Thursday. What I would say for that is, today, what are you grateful for? Because what I'm trying to do is not just put a statement in there. I want to ask a question, because I am trying to get them to engage. And I think that'll be the best way. If you ask the question, maybe you can get a few more people to respond.
Okay. And then on
go ahead. On Thanksgiving Thursday, that's not sweet potato pie and all that is.
No, it's not. Not unless you're planning the next day, because this is what I do. And I'm going to be honest. If I make a pound cake, because I am a baker, I ask myself, how much extra do I want to do? And depending on what my answer is, I might leave that under the cake plate, because if I'm already tired, you know what I mean? And so days that I'm tired, I always let the audience know that. I don't want to come in like I'm so full of energy every day, because I do get beat out. I want to be honest. I want to be authentic with this. And I want them to be able to know that I'm here to encourage you. Every day is not a good day for me, but I'm still up and at it, if that makes sense. And then I'm sorry.
No, that makes perfect sense. Now explain to me. Now, you say you're a baker. How do you stay focused on your nutrition and everything else being a baker? How do you do that?
Discipline, because you know what, Pastor Richard, after having 35 to 40 bottles of medicine, 5 physicians, and being sick for several years, you'll know how to see those butter pound cakes, red velvet cakes, coconut cakes, German chocolate cakes, and you can look at it and say, you know what, I've conquered you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do that now. I'm at that point. But sometimes that pound cake is calling my name, and I got do I want to do these 3 or 4 miles the next day? Do I want to work, a morning workout and an afternoon workout? So that's how I kind of manage myself and kind of discipline myself by asking myself, how much do I want to do? And then to say, like Saturday, I have one called Salary Saturday. I want to ask, has your payout worked out for you? Is it working? Is it paying off for you? So it's just, and I like to try to be unique. I don't want to try to use everything, because this is a God move for me. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm following the promptings of Him as to what I say each day.
I like that.
Well, you got safety, sacrifice, and satisfaction, and salary. So how does all that tie into a Saturday? What about safety?
I thought about safety because of the coronavirus and COVID-19. My question that day might be, are you practicing social distancing, or something of that nature, as to that virus is, concerned. So I just want to try to make sure that I'm able to get a little bit more engagement now, because myself and Gwen had, constantly walking, but, for a while, I thought nobody was even looking at it, because here's what I do. I go and I fit for the kingdom, and then God leads me to my own personal page. And on my own personal page, even today, I just communicated with my niece a little bit before I came on, and she said, you know what? I went out and walked. It was only 2 minutes or 3. I don't care what it is. It's a start. It's a start. And she said, you know what, Auntie, I want to be healthy and eat right like you. So I know I'm making I'm encouraging someone, I'm making an impact somewhere. So that's my goal each morning. I'm getting up. I'm more excited about the encouragement, I believe, more so than what I'm doing as to my workout, because I want to make sure, that someone is getting something out of it and I'm not just wasting time. So that's the best part of it.
Yes, because we done had I Fit for the Kingdom for like, has it been about a year, Gwen? I think it's been about a year we had it. And so there are some people that maybe just sitting in there. And like I told them, I said, it's okay. They may never say anything. They may never comment, never share, but they could be doing everything that you're doing. Mm-hmm. And the very time that you stop doing it, then they'll say, why? Because they really are enjoying that. Because, just like the example I had, I went on somebody live, and, I didn't know they even saw me in there. And this is, a prominent person. And he said, oh, hello, is that Dr. James? And I'm like, what? Dr. Patricia James said, you don't know, I follow you. Yeah, you with the health and nutrition. I mean, it kind of blew me away, because I have never seen him on one of my posts. I have never saw a comment, share, anything. Mm-hmm. But at that moment, he told me that he followed me. And get this, I didn't even know that people, follow without, liking you. And so I went in and I got over 1,000 people that's following me that's not my friend. Wow. Because he told them, he said, and I want all of y'all to go to her page. So I don't ever want y'all to get discouraged because you won't have all that engagement. But, the one that's really that you see, because I see about 3 or 4 that has come in. And that's, you look at the percentage that you are making an impact because they are being consistent. They are posting, they're coming in. So y'all have to continue. And that's where you have to continue to try some engagement, continue to try to bring them into that conversation. And another thing that we're going to do, we're going to add a Wednesday night check-in. We're going to I Fit for the Kingdom challenge check-in, where we will come on and we'll come live just to do a conversation, see where everyone is at. Because along with everything that they're saying, they also got a certain fitness plan that Gwen put together that we typed out that they have for every day. So we can ask them about, the jumping jacks, the sit up, the squats, and all those different things. So there's a lot that's going in there, but we're trying to set up the group, whereas it's going to be focused. It's going to be really focused on the fitness and the fit. I think Gwen got on the shirt. Lean back, Gwen, so they can see. See, these are the shirts for the men that, come on, model for. Because you know what I told them? I said, because I got the fat chick shirts, and that's pursuing health and transformation, creating habits for change. But then God gave me those for that the men can do. And that fit is focus plus impact equal transformation by God's design. So everybody can fit into this here program. And so that's what we wanted to have, you know, whereas it's male and female. Do y'all have any female, Richard?
Now in the group with the OB Fit, I mean, the women outnumber us probably 20-1, I'll say, because we've been trying to get more men in the kind of walking group. But like you said before, it's a lot of people that see you that are they're not going to be on the likes, they're not going to be in the comments, but they're watching, and they're watching to see your improvement, you being diligent and everything else. And like you said, I didn't know as many people that were watching, you know, my journey that I was going on. But like you said, when you're on a social media site where it's public, everybody can see. And you may have people that, you know, I've had people to speak to me in places that be like, hey man, keep it up. And I'd be like, okay, but I didn't know. But it's encouraging, but it lets you know too, it ain't all the time how many you can count, but it's people that won't never say anything, won't never hit a like, but at the same time you'll be encouraging. Or you might get a message to it on the side, or someone sending something in the inbox and say, you know what, I want to tell you, hey man, I've been getting text messages from coworkers and stuff telling me, hey man, I dropped 10 pounds this week. I didn't know they got started, but they say, hey, you encouraging me. So you know what? I didn't want to let you know this is what I'm doing. And I turn around and, you know, encourage them to say, hey, keep it up, do it good. And then, like it's an example, sometimes people need someone that they see doing it. You know what I'm saying? They go through the same thing. They go through, like, one thing I like about this platform here is it's real. It's reality. You know, that's why I asked Miss Tisdale, hey, because I know me, I'm a sweets junkie. I'm so glad I cannot bake. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I cannot put sweets together, because that is like that's my trigger. So since I know that, I'm different than Sister Tisdale. I know I got to keep it totally away from me. I ain't got to that point yet. I'll backslide quick. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta stay away from it. But it's good to hear from someone else who does this. And when she said 30 or 40 pills and the things that God did for her, that's eye-opening. Yeah, you're going to eat the cake and die. What you going to do? I mean, pretty much that's what it boils down to. What you going to do? You going to eat the cake and die? So if you keep eating the cake the way you're doing, then we have a box for your weight. That's it. I mean, sometimes it's just that. And being encouraging, sometimes you got to just be flat out with people sometimes. They say, you know what? Okay, continue what you're doing and you won't be here. That's it.
See, that's why we got you in here, to be that real deal. And it's good to have a man that's in here talking fitness with us, because most of the time it's just female talking about fitness. So that's why I'm honored for you to be a part of our group talking about this and this heart-to-heart conversation. And maybe, you know, there's different men out there. You know, I have seen a few men that's on the same journey, and I probably would touch them because they're pastors. I see them that they may have lost 50 pounds or 60 pounds. And I think it really would encourage pastors and encourage different ones, because I even talked to Al, and Al told me, he said, guess what? I done lost 17 pounds. So what you're doing is encouraging him. And, you know, and you just never know the impact. They may never come on, but then after a while, you'll be like, ooh, did I have that type of impact on somebody? So you have to keep on moving, keep on persevering, and not to look at the numbers, because the numbers will mess you up. The shares, the comment, and inside our I Fit for the Kingdom, it's a private group. And in this private group, that's where we can have more autonomy in there. And we can, you know, be a little more authentic, and the people can feel safe. And that's what I wanted them to be able to come in, so that they can feel safe in the group. And just, you know, just come in and be true and honest and open about issues, because we all have went through some different challenges. So now we have look like the messages are coming in real slow, because we talked about that 10 minutes ago. Dr. Pugh with Crossover to Be Fit. So tell me about your crossover to be fit. I know, what month was it that you did the 30-day challenge? But I know you had done the crossover to be fit a while back. So tell us about that.
Good afternoon, everyone. God bless you. I started the journey with Crossover to Be Fit in 2015, but did not launch anything until now. And in 1997, I was weighing 338 pounds after I had my children. And I lost 138 pounds. And so now I'm in the place of getting back because during that time I done gained some back. But I have began to launch Crossover to Be Fit, and it's my new journey. It's not a trip, because we know trips are small, journeys are long. And so one of the things that I'm doing is a weekly drawing every Friday for people who like and share the page, because I'm going to do like Richard said. I'm going to show them what I eat for breakfast. I'm going to show them what I eat for lunch. I'm going to show them what I eat for dinner. And I'm going to engage with the people. I'm going to come on live on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm going to walk the 30 minutes in the mornings. I'm going to do the exercise routine live. For they can, yes, I'm going to do this, and there's going to be so much change that is going to take place, because I see my cousin Richard, and I said, he tight. I look at his body, I say, okay, I like tight. And you know, I'm 56, and I like stuff to stay tight. And I said, that's right, right and tight. I said, I'm right and tight. And so, you know, so I'm challenging some people. I'm challenging some older people, not just younger people, but I'm challenging some people's in like maybe their 50s to come in, to be a part, because age is just a number. Age is just a number. And so we are crossing over the 50 mark to be right.
Is it going to be a private group or is a public group?
Well, the first month in August is going to be a public group. It's just going to be me. And then I want the people to see me first. And then they can determine, do they want to come in the group to be private. So
you're going to build up the group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're doing a one-on-one journey. And what y'all may not know is that I have a group and it's only me in my group. And I have done my challenges to do at least my 30-minute active exercise, to do my 12 stand-up hours, to do, I close all of my rings every day. And I've been doing that for the last 2.5 or 3 months. So ever since I got my watch, I had the other watch, it was good, but it didn't keep it like this watch, keep everything. And I post every day. Even if it means that it's 11:59, that I'm holding myself accountable to do it. And so it's an individual thing that we're all on a journey and we're not there yet. So, you know, when we can be authentic with people and let them know, yeah, it's challenging. Yes, sometimes we don't want to do this. Sometimes, you know, we don't do this. Sometimes it has been that we had gotten to a certain weight, and, you know, and then we slid back and we had to get back up and start all over again. So we have to meet people where they are. And that's why I call myself Dr. PHAT, the PHAT Nutritionist, and that's pursuing health and transformation. And it's a line whereas it can meet people where they are. Because some people, if they see you, like if they see you now, Richard, they may think, well, I can't do what Richard do, but they didn't see your journey to get where you are yet. So you have to remind them sometime of your journey. Remind them of your challenges. Remind them of some of the ailments that you had, like you just said before you got to this place, and why did you start this journey? The 36 pills, or I was 300 and some pounds, and then, you know, they may look at me now, but they don't know I was like 300 and some pounds. I'm not there, but I'm still moving toward the journey. So that's what it's all about, to have that heart-to-heart conversation. So what kind of tips? So you're just that's a whole lot that you just said that you're gonna do.
Well, what happened was that in June, I took the challenge to walk 10,000 steps a day. And I was doing 10,000 steps every single day. And I did not realize now it's easy for me, and I'm not walking outside of but it's so easy for me to be up, be moving, be doing this, be doing that. And it's like, at the end of the day, I look at my watch, I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm right at 9,000, 10,000 steps. And I hadn't really just went outside and did a whole lot of walking. So I can imagine now really doing that in the morning and yet keep moving. I'm going to burn something, because I'm ready to be right and tight. I'm going to burn something up. You know, they're going to melt off, but it's going to be in the right way. It's going to be, you know,
behavior modification.
Yes.
That's what I teach, because we all know we've been on those journeys, and that we lose it fast, or we lose it and then we're trying to keep treading water. So if you do it in an incremental, I think, what was that analogy you gave us last week, Richard?
Which one?
About, you know, the gradual weight loss, the 10 pounds, your goal.
Oh yeah. It was like, I tried to set a realistic goal when I first started. I just wanted 10 pounds a month. And I said, starting January, my birthday was in May, I wanted to lose 50 pounds by my birthday. I lost 62. But I tried to set a realistic goal at first. I knew I could, put it this way, all of us would love if we could drop 50, 60 pounds in a month. We know that ain't possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Real sick.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you start to be realistic and look at it and say, okay, being a guy, my height, my size, I wanted 10 pounds a month. And I've exceeded that. You see what I'm saying? I've exceeded that, but it was a good starting point to have to say, okay, this is where I want to be, and then start working toward it. And if I could tell you, and one other tip I just thought about, again, it just so happened I have it with me. Stay off of this.
You ain't got to tell Gwen. Gwen ain't going to go ahead and say, she don't do that.
Hey, weigh yourself one time, and when you just start one time at the beginning of the month, stay off of this. This here will discourage you. You be like, I walk all them steps and look like I'm gaining weight. Stay off this. Stay off the scale. Get off it. Get off it.
Because it's so much, your body is primarily fluids. Mm-hmm. And so you could have something that caused a diuretic effect, and you lost that 5 pounds, and then you're like, oh, yes, I lost 5 pounds in 2 days. And then you get back on the scale and you're like, well, I gained 7 pounds. Mm-hmm. No, your body just kind of stabilized the fluids in the body. Then if you're exercising and you're building up muscles, then you're going to weigh heavier than just with our weight. So no, look at your clothes. Look at the way you feel. Look at your numbers. Know your number. Because Pastor Pugh, what did you tell Richard? He looked like what? A 220?
Yeah.
No, I feel a lot better. It don't wait. Well, then again, I do have a scale that I don't like, the one at Publix. I got on it the other day, and it was like, it said 272, and I was like, I got grocery in my hand and all the rest of this stuff on. I know if I weigh 272, I'll be 12 pounds from my goal. I'll be like, nah. But hey, I told them they need to recalibrate that one. So I know I stay off that one. That one there is no good. I told them they can throw that one in the garbage. But like you say, it's all, when you start looking at it, like you say, you might not be losing pounds per se sometimes, but you're losing inches.
Yes.
Also, the encouragement, the way you feel. This is a God movement too now. I'm telling you, when I go walking, and I put my headphones on and I go walk, and man, I have some of the best times I done had with the Lord, talking and listening, praying. I try not to sing too much because I'm in the neighborhood, but I sing a little bit. So but at the same time, it's been a spiritual journey also. I look forward to getting up in the morning and getting out there before the sun comes up, and I walk, and then all of a sudden, the Lord done gave me insight on certain things and started talking to me. I haven't had, let me say, in this pandemic, I hadn't had any problems preaching. I ain't had any problems with a message coming. I ain't had to go back and look too many of my old ones and say, can I pull one of these out? I ain't had that problem. It's been fresh because I've been having those times to sit and talk with him, and not just talk, but having times to listen. Hear, O Israel. I have times to listen now and hear certain things that the Lord's saying. So that's been good. And it gives you your time that, you kind of to yourself. You can go walking with somebody else, and you can still, if both of y'all have headphones on, we can walk together and I still be in my own little world. So, I mean, it helps out a lot.
Okay. Because what we want to do is try to get people to ask different questions. Do anyone have any question that may be in the audience that you will have for the panel, for your host tonight? Because we want to be here to be advocates for health and wellness and wholeness. Because he said, beloved, I wish above all these things that I may prosper, be in health, even as thy soul prosper. But I just really am excited about what's going to happen in iFit for the Kingdom in August. Because, August is the 8th month. 8 is the number of new beginning. So God said we're still going to be relentless. Relentless is tenacious, is unstoppable, unrelenting. We're going to be constant. And he says it's going to be a new season. That we're going to forget those things of old, and behold, he's going to do a new thing. And when we put all this in practice, it's going to spring forward and it's going to come forth speedily. And so we just got to walk in this new season, new mindset. It's a mind, body, and spirit. It's total wholeness. It's not just being fit in the body, but we have to be fit in the mind. And I like what y'all say about y'all walking and listen to the word, or you're meditating and you listen from God, because God is the one who's going to give us the strength that we need for this journey. I like what Dr. Pugh said, it's a journey and not a trip. So we don't want a trip. We want to keep on this journey. But there are going to be some great things for those. I put out a challenge for 20 people that would like to be a part of the group. You can go to iFit for the Kingdom for Life, and you can request an invite. And I want people that want to come in and be a part of the process, that we're looking for transformation. We're looking for change. We're looking for you to engage, and that we have excellent resources in the group. We have Gwendolyn Clark. She's an RN, and not only an RN, but a certified group fitness instructor. And then we have Aretha. Aretha is our encourager. And then also she's a businesswoman and she's a baker. So she's familiar with the different mechanism of food. So we have people that's in that group that can meet you where you are, that can encourage you, that can motivate you when you're down, to help pull you up. And then I'm there. I'm a registered licensed dietitian, a certified health coach, and a certified weight specialist and behavior change specialist. So we're here to assist you on your journey as we journey. See, I don't never want you to think that because, we're assisting you that we have made it. We're still on the journey with you. So it's a process. So there's some great things, and I just really want everybody to get excited. I always do a disclaimer before you start any fitness program, a nutrition program, that you need to consult your physician, making sure that, some of the things that you may hear on social media is going to go with what the physician is saying. We don't want to contraindicate some different things, because we could tell you to drink so much fluid, but then you may have congested heart failure and you cannot tolerate all that fluid. So make sure you consult your physician. We're talking generic things, but make sure you consult your physician. So we give that disclaimer because I don't want you trying to sue me. Okay. And in this new season, our challenge, we want you to show up in the group for the live challenge uh, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. You know, we will have Workout Wednesday at 6 to 6:30 with Gwendolyn Clark. And then we will have our check-in. So at 8 o'clock, those that are in the group, we want you to be a part of that so that you can check in, so we can see where you are. Do you have some question? We want you to have some engagement. Also, there will be a daily post of all of the different challenges. We want to know that you do it, that you try it. It could be a yes, a no, a maybe, or I did a little bit, but we need you to engage to let us know where you are. And we want you to be honest, ask for assistance when needed, drink 8 to 10 cups of water daily. And then there will be a daily live motivation and encouragement provided according to the schedule. We have Gwen will be doing motivation on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We will have Aretha will be doing encouragement on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. On Sunday, every Sunday is a day of rest. Now, if you want to go exceedingly abundantly above all, then you can go ahead and do that. But we did factor in that day of rest. And our team member, Dr. PHAT, the PHAT Nutritionist, Gwen is the motivator, and Aretha is the encourager. So we're going to be excited about that. And I also have something that I'm doing because I have my Heart to You professional nutritional and consulting services. So I do some consultation on an individual basis. So if there's someone out there with like the one-on-one consultation, then you can contact me. You can go to www.patriciakjames.com, or you can email me at drpat@patriciakjames.com. I'm currently working with one person that we're doing the Fit by God's Design review. And so what we're doing is a pilot program with my, you may need to get one of these, Richard, so you can tell me how it worked. I said, because whenever I do the PCM Academy, I want to be able to go through the book. And I plan to join a group. We're going to do the planner again and to see where I need to make some changes. Because in this group, in this planner, it'll have, just like you said, it will have where you can set goals, your annual fat timeline. That's your major goals that you're going to set. And then you have 3 big goals that we're going to do. It's kind of like when we came into the first of the year and we did vision planning. But you do this for your health, you do it for your finances, your faith. And then we have quarterly goals. And then to get in the habit of writing down everything, like you have a schedule. I literally had to do a schedule because when you're doing a lot of consultation, a lot of online, how do y'all schedule everything in without burning out?
I get.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, how I do it, I have to kind of strategize a lot better. One thing I was doing when I first started working out, I was getting up too late. I felt like 8 o'clock or 8:30, that's too late. And so I changed my time from that. So I get up, I get the workout done, I come back, I get my protein shake and get my breakfast, and then I kind of start my day from there, as to making sure that I kind of incorporate everything that I had set out on my to-do list and make sure that I'm able to get it done by getting up earlier now. And sometimes we're out of here sometimes about 6:15 and already out and on our walk. And I say we, my husband is involved as well. And so that kind of works out. I think the earlier I got up, because if getting up later, it just ruined the day. I wasn't getting everything in that I needed to get in.
So now it's a bridge for y'all now, because with family, because I think everybody on the panel except for me is married. So how do y'all schedule all this stuff in with a relationship and families?
It's kind of hard too, because we have 19 grandchildren and I got stuck with 7 yesterday and trying to do all of this and juggle all of this around and still cook, because we did, cooked out a little bit, and it gets tiresome sometimes. It gets a little overwhelming, but it still has to be done. I know that I still have wife duties, so I have to make sure I incorporate all of that, because my husband is not a big eater, but those days that I'm really tired, that's the day that he'll come in and say, hey, what did you bake today? So I'm kind of thinking like, I'm busy, I'm always at this computer and I'm always doing. So I had to try to, like, okay, Lord, this is where I need you, because I don't want to slack in any area. We don't have anyone to come and clean my home. I'm doing all the cleaning as well. So, and I'm such a neat freak. I got that from my mom. I can't help but be, but I was raised old school, so you know how that is. So I got to do all that as well. And it gets a little overwhelming, but each day at the end of the day, I'm really pleased with myself, because when I go back and kind of look, I've encouraged somebody. I've gotten a message where, hey, I'm so glad you come on every morning. I can't get my day started without you. So I'm thinking like, okay, I got that area, I got this done and that done, but it's a struggle sometimes.
Okay. So now we'll just go around the room. Gwendolyn?
I don't know. I think God just graces me to do everything that I do, because you guys know I work like 14 hours at night, get off work and go straight to the stadium and work out, and just, I don't require that much sleep, and everything that I purpose in my heart to do, I'm doing. I'm able to do. I don't know. I just guess I can thank God that He graces me. I haven't experienced burnout. And I have before, but as far as, on this, working, being fit this time, like in the past, I've started and stopped and started and stopped. But this time with I Fit for the Kingdom, I have not experienced burnout. And like I said, I'm able to do what I need to do. I just do.
That's grace. That's what you call grace. Supernatural grace right there. Supernatural grace. So, Richard?
What I try to do is I try to move while everybody else is asleep, and that helps me, so I don't miss out on family time, because when I go work out, majority of the time I'm up at 5 in the morning while everybody else is asleep. So I'm a get up in the morning kind of person, going to get mine done, and then if I do anything extra in the evening, then that's like, if you would so Tisdale, that's like cake to me. That's that extra, because when I look at my watch and I'm already done closed my rings before 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm already on mine. So and just hearing you, both of you ladies say, I can't complain anymore. You say you had 19 grandkids. 19 grandkids. I got one that's in the background now crying. This one. You say you got 19 grandkids, and then Gwen said she worked 14 hours. I don't even think it's dark when you start working. That ain't even night. God, it ain't but 24 in a day. So
all I require is 3 hours of sleep. I only require like 3 hours of sleep, and I'm good. I wake up
and that works for you. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times we think we need all it. No, really, honestly, if you could just start out, just take 30 minutes. I'll tell people, you can get a quick workout in watching Family Feud. Mm-hmm. On the commercials, do some sit-ups, or go walk to the end of the road where you stay at and come back by the time it start again. And and you done worked out 30 minutes right then. Right. So it's really no excuse to get started. Start with anything. If you just start with a chair that's standing up and sitting down, just keep doing it. Yes. And I promise you'll start to feel something. And do it during the commercials. While you watching TV, commercials gonna come on. Do it during the commercials, and you get a workout while you still sitting there watching TV. So I'll try, like I said, I try to move early in the morning, so it don't interrupt a lot of things. I still work also, and I'm still pastoring, even though we're not in our church facility, but I'm still on Wednesday nights and Sundays. I still have to, do Bible study. I still do Bible study and do a message. And I had my barber ask me one time, he was like, man, Rich, you always moving. I said, well, that comes from the energy of losing weight and eating better. I have the energy now because I can remember I come home from work and as soon as I sat down in that chair, I'm gone. You know, I was worth nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I mean, I came home one day. I went and worked out with my trainer. Came home, cut the grass, washed my wife's truck. Did something else. My wife was like, "Yeah, you're all right." I was like, "But just my energy level just was it was up, and you know, and that helps in everything, you know."
Right.
Yeah, I know. We'll have a conversation on that. They started some of that conversation one time inside of the group.
Yeah, and you know, and we grown. We all on here. Hey, you wonder why I joke? Hey, you sleep and she got a headache all the time.
Hey, I'll just moderate.
Hey, look at Gwen gone. You all right? Hey, every time you turn around, oh no, babe, my head hurt. Yeah, it's a reason why.
Well, we're gonna segue into Dr. Pugh now. Hey, but we may have to, we may have to think of different topics that we can have. but sporadic is good also.
Yeah, I didn't mean to go. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go, but I'm just
but it's heart-to-heart conversation. These are the things that people need to hear about.
Right.
And I think they started this conversation before, but they just got a little bit of it.
Yeah. I mean, because you got to think now. It's all kind of medications people taking now. They tell you before you take one pill, you got to make sure your heart healthy enough to do what God would have you to do within a marriage that was natural. But that means we must be out of shape if we got to wait for the doctor to tell us the okay to do something God will allow us to do within marriage. So if you lose weight and get in shape, you ain't got to worry about taking a blue pill because you'll be all right.
Right.
So Tisdale got 19 grandkids, y'all.
Something going on.
My grandma had 14 kids, y'all. So okay then. So we all in this same group. My point in all that is they went to work, they worked out, they ain't have to go to no gym. But at the same time, we right here. We got a gym membership. I'm sorry, you made me co-host today. We got a gym membership. We got doctors and everything else, and we living worse than our grandparents were living. We can't do the things our grandparents were doing at our age.
I know, because going to El Salvador, I used to go with the Sisters of Mercy, and the average age was anywhere from 70 to 90 some years old. And they were going up all those mountains, down the crevices and all. I mean, it was no problem for them. And if they fall, I had one of them fell off the truck. Guess what? They got up and kept on going. I was like, Lord Jesus. They just, I mean, but they were sisters too, and they never had a husband.
Wow.
Segue to Pastor Pugh. I forgot the question now. Pastor Pugh,
the question was, how do you manage? I know I took y'all another way. Sorry about that. How do you manage all of this? How do you manage it? How do you manage it, Dr. Pugh?
Right and tight.
how are you going to manage that? Because I know you have your husband there, and then the grandkids sometimes. But I noticed recently you just prioritize and say, okay, things just had to shift and change.
Yeah, and it had to, because I still see about Mom, and I have to drive from Mississippi to Chatham, take her to the doctor, and yet just stay doing, and it's the grace, Gwen, that is true, because sometimes I don't know how, but it get done, and it's the grace that helps me to get it done, because like my husband is 72, but you would think he's 55.
He think he's 55 too.
And he's still on top of the house, climbing the roof, doing the fire escape. He does all of that. And I have to keep going. I mean, when you see someone that age and they jump up, he gets up early, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, he's up. And another thing, he's on dialysis. See, and nothing has stopped him. He does the same thing, and they wondering like, how do you keep going? Is the reason he eat right. He really eats right, and he takes in what he needs to take in, and he do what he need to do, and it make it easier for me to do what I need to do.
Wow.
So, we all have a story. We on a journey, but we have a story.
So, Richard, you got us in there. We may have to do a whole little teaching on that. The benefits of health and wellness.
I mean, because you got to think. And I look for my shirt tonight, but one of the things I really like was your health is your wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're not healthy, like even we're going through this pandemic right now, look at the people that are dying from this COVID. I'm telling you, look at the underlying issues also that are taking you out. And a lot of this hit our demographic as African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Be overweight, diabetic, hypertension, all those things. And what it does is it just rapidly takes it from you. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to give you but I'm looking at what's going on. And if you're not want to say, okay, I need to take care of myself because COVID-19 was from 19. We in 20. They expect another wave of this to come here soon. So what I mean by that is, if we don't take better care of ourselves, we're no good for anybody else. I'm getting to the age now where I'm getting ready to I can retire from my job. I got 28 years coming up next month. Matter of fact, on the 1st. And my point of that is, I don't want to retire and all of a sudden I can't do nothing and I can't go. No, I want to be able to enjoy. There's places in this world I want to see. There's places I want to go. I want to be able to, I still like when people shock when I tell them my age. That does something. It keeps encouraging me to, okay, keep it up. But at the same time, it's so many things that your health is attached to. Everything. You can't get wealth without it. You can't work without it. If your health no good, I don't care how much you want to do. If you can't get up and go, it does nothing. I mean, it does nothing. And for the simple fact is, this is something that's in our control. It's something that we can do. You know what I'm saying? A lady once told me one time, she said, don't let your fork and your spoon kill you.
Wow.
That's what I was doing, just eating. Wow. And I said, and most, and we on here, and those that are believers, like I even said it last week, a lot of us, it's a lot of things we don't do. We don't drink, we don't smoke. Right. I remember I used to go to the doctor's office. Doctor, they ask you a little thing: do you smoke? Nope. Do you drink? Nope. Do you illicit drugs? Nope. Don't do none of that. But I was overweight. Wow. So that really was telling me the only reason you got to see this doctor for this is because you eating too much. That's on you.
But then also, Richard, we have to get down to the underlying root of it. Because sometimes there's some root cause that the reason people are doing that. It could be depression, could be loneliness, could be anxiety, poor self-esteem. So there's a lot of different factors that goes into why people do what they do.
Right.
Because I done been at a place that, I'll be eating like I'm not hungry.
Right.
But I'm just eating because it just feels so good. I just need to eat. I mean, you just have to be real. That you just was eating and then you just crying because that was just so good, but I know it's not good for me. But and that is that's why they call it comfort food. Right. So there's some eating disorders that goes into all these different things, and sometimes there's an underlying issue as to why people do what they do. And then, and also when I used to do consultation, like especially in some of the rural areas whereas the family, they remember when they didn't have anything. So they ate. I never forget one of the residents at the first facility I worked at, and he loved Oreo cookies. And I said, you don't need that. I said, because, you can't hardly stay in the wheelchair. And you know what he told me? He said, because, I want to have something in reserve because I know sooner or later I'm going down. And I want to have enough weight on me that when it hit, I'm not going to look like a skeleton. Wow. So some of this is a mindset that we have to shift. And so while we're doing this, I truly believe that there are going to be grants and there are going to be different money that's going to be released in the earth realm because it has been identified about the health disparity of the African American population. And that how, a lot of time African American population didn't have the access to the good insurance or access, because, they call the food desert, some places where, and we have some of them right here in Mobile because they're working on some grants now because of the food desert. And that means that they don't have access to get to, places where you have fruits and vegetables and different things. So they're trying to do an environmental impact, whereas they're going to teach them how to do gardening so they can, plant their own foods and different things. So, a lot of time we just see what goes on in our little circle, but then there's a lot of disparity that's right around us. Right. Because, I rode through some places in Mobile before, and I was, it was just a rude awakening because I didn't really know it. In some places, it was just like that. It was like stepping back into El Salvador.
Wow. Wow.
Right here in our own backyard. So
and like you say, it's amazing also that, hopefully when we learn better, we'll do better.
Right, right.
I can remember even as a kid growing up, me and my sister used to beg my mom if we could just have cereal in the morning. Can we just have a bowl of cereal? Mom, we don't want you to get up and before we go to school make us a whole breakfast. We just want to eat cereal. That's all we wanted was cereal. And we didn't understand. And now as an adult, if I can have breakfast, man, but as kids, but we was taught a certain way. And what I mean by that is my mom provided certain things for us that we didn't understand. And now you have kids that are raising themselves. Right. So the only thing they get in the morning is maybe a Pop-Tart or whatever they're having at the school. And school is not even in right now. And down here they done delayed it to the end of the month of next month. But my point of that is like what you're saying is now we have adults that we talk to. I have a lot of people that ask me, I'm on a keto diet, which works for me. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, you have to find what works for you. You know what I'm saying? Find what works for you. I'm not tell you it's a be all for everybody else. I'm just letting you know it works for me for my triggers and things. Like I said, Mr. Tisdale, the cake. I know I can't have none of that on this lifestyle. I know for me, I don't stop. I'm gonna go from tight and light back to fat and loose or whatever you want to call it. But learning how to eat within my goals and within the I'm looking for I guess a program that I'm on. Then I learned certain things. Then it opened me up to other things. I before I started this, I have never ate cauliflower before. I never ate a certain squash that I now zucchini. I have never ate none of that. Never. But being on this here, then introduced me to vegetables I would have never ate as substitute for pastas I used to use. So it's amazing, once you learn certain things and see, and it opens up your mind to certain things, you find out that why is it that grapes cost more than Oreos?
Well, see,
why? And somebody taught me this. My wife taught me this. She said, "Babe, when you go to the grocery store, only buy from the outer ring.
Outer ring.
Try to buy less out the aisles. All that processed stuff is in the middle.
Yes, yes.
They got all the fresh things in the deli. all the fresh thing, the fruit, the meats, all that, all the fresh stuff is on the outside. The processed things are on the inside. Something I have never even thought before, but that's what she showed me. And then now it makes a whole lot of sense. If I can get things that are not in a box that's processed, why can I have a box of something that the expiration date is like 5 years from now? But if I go to a country store and get sausage, if I don't cut it up and put it in the freezer, it's only a matter of time. It's not. That's what it's supposed to do. Your sausage is supposed to stay for 5 years. It's meat. It's supposed to degrade. And when we get back to eating certain things that are natural and take all the processed stuff out, it actually do us better. That's why our grandparents and my parents, when they were coming up, what we were eating was way better because they didn't have all that processed. It wasn't processed like it is now. So that you can have old people tell you, man, I ate that all the time. It ain't bother you. We're not eating the same meat.
No. We're not eating the same. And they would cure it on the outside. Because, I saw like, in El Salvador how they did, but because it was fresh and it didn't have all of these chemicals and all of these antibiotics and everything that's in there. I see Katricia just came in. Hello, Katricia. Thank you for coming in. But yeah. So in all of it is a learning process. But if you notice though, if you be real, everything on that outer, it costs more.
Yes, it does.
And I'll tell you one thing, it don't cost more than.
What is that?
It don't cost more than that. What that pharmacy gonna charge you for that medication,
right?
Or what they gonna charge you when you got to go to that doctor's office.
Yeah.
When you look at it like that, but they have it like even like if you go to McDonald's, a Happy Meal compared to a salad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they'll have that. You pay $1, $2, and you can get this. So the system is set up that way. So we have to change, and it's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's a shifting. It's a changing that we have to do. So, and that's what we're here to talk about. And so in this group heart-to-heart conversation, it can be anytime about the 4 facets of PKJ Global Ministry. It could be about nutrition, about ministry, about serving, about health, nutrition, and fitness. So it could have any of those components because it's a holistic approach to being whole, mind, body, and spirit. So maybe just one time we come on, it'll be about serving, about ministry, but it's about whatever, the conversation or the questions or the engagement that people have that, we'll bring to the table. But I think it's just something relevant now that we need to do this. And since we're starting our program, that'll be, what is the 3rd? I think it's August the 3rd. We will be starting. So I think we have already had 2 people to join. So I'm looking for 18 more people to come into the group. 18 people. So share, tag, and invite in the group 18 people to come in to be a part of the transformative process that we're looking for, that Romans 12:2, where you no longer conform to the patterns of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is a good, acceptable, and perfect will. So we want it to be a transformative process. And I think that if they come in and get involved in it and get engaged in it, then they'll be able to accomplish their God-given kingdom assignment. So I'm just challenging everybody. And I want to challenge you, Gwen. You see what I did on Wednesday night? When you do your exercise thing, go ahead and tag everybody that's in that group. And that way they can't say, well, I didn't know you were on. Because
I tried to tag last week. And when my video came on, by being inside the group, it popped all of them off. It wouldn't. So I
know, because I went in, I said, I thought I said, hello, Gwen, the Motivator. And then I said, I don't see it. But what you need to, when you get ready to, before you start, go ahead and tag like you do on the outside of the group. Because that's all. I was just tagging people that was inside of the group when you were doing it, as I was praying in the other group. But that'll get some engagement, proper response. That's where we want a response. Let them know that we know you in here, and do you need our assistance? We're here exercising, and would you like to come in? If nothing but to watch us until you get ready to exercise with us. So that'll prompt some engagement. I think it gave more engagement than it had for a while, because sometimes they just don't show up. And but we're going to be looking for the engagement, because you see how in the swim, after we got those 300 new people, they just like, so engaged. So when new people come in, then we have to make sure that we focus on the new ones coming in that expecting that engagement. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Any last words or comments from crossover to be fit? I fit for the kingdom. And then Mr. Tight and Light. And okay.
Okay, I was just gonna say, just to go back when Richard was saying it didn't matter about the age. I just wanted, to say, like, my sister 74, who is disabled, she has to walk around with her cane, but she says, "Sis, I can only do inside of my garage, and I did this and that amount of steps." My sister that's 60, walking with a cane, she started inside the home, and now she's walking up to the store, the corner store at her house, and she sends me her steps every day. My brother, who has some medical conditions, he's sending me his reports every day, and my niece has been walking at the Lad Stadium. So, my cousins and stuff, we want to be like you. And I'm so thankful to God that I have the stamina and the energy and the endurance to get up every morning and get up early and then come back. And then my cousin just told me yesterday, she said, "Well, I had gotten my computer and got it in bed. Yay, she ain't coming on today so I can be comfortable." She said, "I look up and I wanted to throw my phone. Oh my God, there she is." And so I said, "You know what? That's why I'm so thankful to God." I'm like, "God, just let somebody be getting something out of this." So, I just wanted to add the last few words.
And people are watching. If they never say anything, and that a lot of people have been jump started, ignited, activated because they see you and have seen you do it for over a year, Gwen. Just consistent every day showing up. Whether they ever say anything, they see you, and they know. And Dr. Go ahead.
And I just wanted to piggyback off what Pastor Ash said, and I always say to people, find out what works for you, because what works for one person may not work for another person. Just be consistent at whatever you're doing that you find that works for you. And then you always want to, when you're starting out, start with something that's convenient for you. Just maybe walking out your door down the street or whatever you do when you're just starting out with a fitness program, start out with something that's convenient. That way it'll eliminate a lot of the hangups. So start with something that's convenient.
I think that's a great tip. Great tip. Right. Dr. Pugh, since you're going to be this worldwide challenge, go girl.
Well, I like something that Richard said last week. And he said that, and I know Dr. James, you can vouch to this too, that when we was young, we could lose 30 pounds in a month. Those pounds could just drop off of us. But as we get older, and we are doing what we do, our body is saying something different. Mm-hmm. So last week, that was very, very powerful. I wrote that down, because sometimes people think that they can just jump in to lose the weight, but your body sooner or later gonna start saying, "I'm used to this," So you have to trick your mind and your brain into something else that is to do it the right way, because we wasn't doing it the right way, but we could lose the weight, Richard. We could lose those 30 pounds so fast, so quick, but now it's not like that. So that really blessed me last week.
Yeah. Okay. So Richard.
Like I said, I have enjoyed these 2 weeks of doing this, and I would have never thought when I started my journey in January that in July I'll be talking to other people, encouraging them to do something that I had to start doing. And it's been a blessing. I found out that, iron sharpens iron. Just talking to you ladies tonight has encouraged me that I have nothing to complain about sometimes. And it's you got way more time in the day to do it. I even had one of my friends one time, one of my best friends from high school. He told me, he said, man, I saw you had got up and worked out, and I was mad because I was like, God, if Rich got to get up and get up, I got to go do something. And we encourage. You never know, like you say, you never know what you may be doing. You walking your own walk, your own journey, and other people are encouraged about you doing something. I tell people all the time, even at where I pass, and I get a simple analogy. If you break down on your car, I don't care where it's at. If you content to sit in that car on your cell phone, people will go around you. If you get out and try to push that car by yourself, people will break their neck to get out and help you push that car. I said that to say this. When you're not doing anything, no one's going to help you. If you put forth an effort, you'll be surprised how much encouragement, how much help you will get sent your way, how many things people will be there for you when you show and put forth an effort to do it yourself. So, like I said, on this journey, it's been a blessing on twofold. It's been a blessing to me because I'm much more healthier now. I'm doing certain things, and also I didn't know how many other people that I was going to help. I've talked more about food in these last 4 months than I've done in my life, but I hope it helps someone else out. And like Gwen said, and all of us, find what works for you. Find what workouts work for you. If it's just walking, just walk then. I look at my counter when I finish and the calories I burn, and it surprised me when I first started because I would have never thought, I'm an athlete, I played ball. So if you'd have said, you just gonna walk, man, walking don't do nothing. When I started walking and started looking at them totals, I was like, oh, walking does do something. Walking does a whole lot. If you walk, you find out it'll work. And then you can work your way back up. You're not gonna do this overnight. You didn't get out of shape overnight. I know we think we did, but no, you didn't. You didn't get out of shape overnight. You didn't gain all the weight overnight. And best believe you're not going to lose it overnight. So if you take, like what Dr. Pugh said, take this as not a trip, but a journey. Yeah. I want to do this for life. I want to do this for life. I have a whole lot of different goals that I set. And that's another thing, too. Set some goals. Yeah. If you got to write them down, if you don't write them down, get your phone. Most of your phones got a note section. That's what I do. I go in the notes and I'll put it in there, and it'll have a little bullet point. So when I do something, I mark it out. So, another thing, my new goal is to do pull-ups. And
we saw you.
Yeah, and I saw you saw the other day. I only did 2.5. Somebody was like, "Why would you post on that? That wasn't pretty. No, it was ugly. I mean, it wasn't pretty at all. I mean, it didn't look good at all. But I'm not doing it. I'm helping myself and somebody else out. None of us start off looking the way we did. So it's the realness of it. It's something but best believe I'm working on to the point where I can do them just how I want to. And when I do that, you can go back. I'm gonna put the first video up. And I'll put the video up when I'm doing it the way I want to do it and show you that if I can do it, you can do it too.
Right.
That's it.
That's good. Well, I just thank God for each and every one of you and each and every one that tuned in. And I pray that something that we have said or we shared through our conversation that you will bless, that it would encourage you to move, that you're empowered to maximize your potential, that you're ignited to fulfill your purpose and activated to release your faith, to lead with excellence and walk in total fitness with your mind, your body, and your spirit. Because yes, guess what? Yes, you are enough. And just start where you are. So we're going to ask, we just got Katricia. She said, this is so encouraging to me. And I want to let you know that, Richard, that since you came on last week, that I have had people inboxing me. So that's where I'm getting some of my consultation because they were inspired. And it's something, because Gwen and Aretha and Pastor Pugh, they've been doing this for a while and they're out there doing it. But it's something when they see a man that's doing it. And when they saw the pictures, because sometimes people get familiar with the ones that been there all the time helping and assisting, and then somebody new come, it just incite them that, oh, I can do this, I can do that. So, whatever it is, whatever it takes. So I have been getting consultations from people for my nutritional, my Heart to You professional nutritional consulting services to do consultation, because I can do one-on-one. And right now I'm working on a program with my Fit by God's Design Review to do a one-on-one consultation to take them through the process. So, but it was inspired after the broadcast that I had somebody to inbox me to say, you know, they were so encouraged, inspired. I'm ready now. I'm ready. So we are making an impact. So we're looking for more and more people to do that, because we all bring something to the table. We all have special gift, and it takes all of us working together as a team to do this. So I just thank God for each and every one of you being a guest tonight. So my co-host, you must didn't know that you are the co-host. Are you frozen?
No, I'm here. I appreciate it. Like I said, this has been a blessing, and glad to be here. Glad to see each and every one of you. It's always a blessing just to be here. Every morning I get up at 5 in the morning. It's just another day that the Lord has kept me. That's every morning, and knowing that I could easily be gone, and others have left, but I'm still here. So I want to maximize my time, my talent, and my treasury to do the things that God will have me to do. And I know that begins with my health also. There's a lot of things we may want to do, but we hindered by our health. And when we get healthier, the sky's the limit. All of a sudden you find out, like I said something one time, I think last week, and I know we got to go. We all get the same 24 hours.
Yes.
We all get the same 24 hours, but what you do with yours? You know, we all get the same 24. So we a lot of times we look at what other people doing. Man, you always see, hey, you get the same. The Lord bless you with the same 24 hours that I get, and so it's on you what you do with it. So if you want to sleep yours away, then it is what it is. Don't get me wrong. You have to get your rest. My father taught me this. If you don't, God didn't promise to rest us. But one thing your body will do, if you don't get it, it'll rest for you.
Yes,
it'll shut down for you.
Part of it. You have to plan that in to get that rest. And I know I have to talk to myself too, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, matter of fact, as soon as I'm finished with this, it's gonna be time for me to rest, because 5 o'clock will be here for me.
Well, you can.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Y'all are out behind me. That's right. Yeah. It's 10:40 here.
Wow. Yes. Well, you can give us a prayer out, and then we will be ready for the next one.
That's it. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for all that you've done. We thank you for everything that's been said. Lord, we thank you for those that are here, Lord, are starting their journey, God. We pray now that you give them the strength, God, to do the journey that you will have them to do. God, we thank you for all that you're doing. We thank you for the testimony. We thank you for those that may not even like this, God, may not say anything, but God, they're seeing the things you're doing in our lives, and we're an example to them, and we thank you for it right now. Now, God, touch each one of us in a special way. Let us be a blessing to others. In the name of Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. So y'all be blessed. Thank y'all for being wonderful guests. Wonderful
Good to see you, Doctor. Good to meet both of y'all ladies. Good to meet you. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all testimony.
Again, and
all right,
we'll be following up.
Look like I am. I've been pulled into this.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and tell them about being pulled. Hey, you can write the book about it. And Aretha.
Hey, compel men to come. She got me too. I was like, I thought I was gonna be out here one time. Now I'm a co-host. Hey, we're talking about my pay. What's my? Oh, we'll do that on the other. No, I'm just playing.
I'll never be on another one. You know, you just said it, and you know that your time, talent, and treasure.
I'm gonna do like these big preachers. I need my honorarium. Where's my honorarium, man?
Yes, but I just thank God for all of y'all. But yeah, and that's who God he gives that in me to be that person that sees something.
You got it.
You know, if you're willing,
she got me. Y'all see how she did it? She got me.
See, if you had to talk to Gwen a year ago, Well, it'll help somebody. And I thought, I was like, Lord Jesus, I done terrified her, Lord Jesus. And then now you look at her, you're thinking like she ain't never been afraid to get on air and do anything. But yeah, and then I said, okay, now you done this. Now you can go ahead and get your certification. And she went and did it. But that's you know, but that's what God did, you know.
You got it.
If you willing
and obedient,
you want to go.
That's it. Well, good night, everybody. We'll see y'all.
Okay, good night. Love y'all. Have a great
Bye-bye.
day. Okay, bye-bye.